We're back with World Cup football again. Brazil have been dumped out of the World Cup. With me to discuss that is Mustafa Warifa Saeed. My name is Afalabi. Welcome to the show.
Okay, Norway qualifies. Let's hope they don't play the U.S. Fucking U.S. can go to fucking hell with Balogun. I don't care if he's from Nigeria. Fucking cheats. Anyway, let's get started. Very good game by Haaland. We've been saying this before. This is how you play. Congo got kicked out of the World Cup. You're playing a team that has a marksman like Kane. Haaland is a marksman. Haaland was nowhere in the game. They were marking him. Haaland was having to give the ball to Odegaard. Odegaard is good, but he's not a number nine. Odegaard had several shots on goal, which weren't going well when they were marking out Haaland. And Brazil had several opportunities. A missed penalty, number one. I don't know if Vinny was afraid to take the penalty or what. So he said, "Please take on for me." Couldn't take a penalty. Missed penalties. Um, as expected, Norway dominated the ball possession and the passes, but Brazil looked like they were in more dangerous positions. But they were just playing with their wings. Norway made sure that this team Brazil could only go from the flanks. They didn't have any penetration from the middle of the field. They didn't have any penetration from the middle from their center forwards or anything. They don't even have a center forward. A lot of times Casemiro has to play center forward for them. Brazil needs to learn that if you want to win in this World Cup, you have to have a real number nine. A lot of these teams need to learn that you're not going to win in this championship if you don't have a real number nine, or if you don't have people who can shoot and pass. And at the top of that, even if you don't have a number nine, you have to have creativity. No creativity from Brazil. And we saw those two goals that Haaland scored, just like with Kane. One goal from the air, from the head, fantastic header. Second goal, a shot from outside the box. He placed it expertly. The types of goals that only a true number nine can score. There's no more number nines left. I think we have Haaland, Kane. Who else do we have in this competition? Afolabi.
I
That's
think
about it.
I think that's it. That's about it.
Yeah, and that's why you're going to see Norway and England go deep into this competition, even though they don't have a lot of goals scored. Brazil had 1.7 expected goals. Holland had something like zero point 0.7 expected goals, but they scored two because they scored more than we're expected to score because of the finishing of Haaland. So once again, congratulations to Norway. They're going to go deep in this competition. Hopefully, they'll beat USA if USA beats Belgium. Hopefully, Belgium will do the job for us so that Norway can beat Belgium. What are your thoughts, Afolabi?
Yeah, absolutely right. Brazil just kept going through the wide areas. Vertically, they were non-existent. And the Norwegians had studied their game that they lacked creativity in the midfield areas. So what they were doing was that they just wait for Brazil to cut the ball back, and then they just rush in on the ball and they cleared the ball. And when the second half started, Norway started to have more possession. They started to
Yeah.
dictate the play. Brazil was basically playing on the counter attack. And the few chances they had were good chances, but the Norwegian keeper was in an inspired form, and Brazil was wasteful. And then you look at the substitutions that Ancelotti made, taking off Bruno Guimaraes, bringing on a CDM. When you are looking for goals in a knockout stage, I mean, it doesn't show that they have any kind of ambition. And like Mustafa said, I mean, the kind of goals we're seeing from Kane and Haaland, those are typical number nine goals. The moment the Norwegian coach removed Solot, because Solot was more or less sharing the same position with Haaland, they're both number nines. The moment he removed Solot and brought in a left winger, Haaland was able to occupy the box. And the first good cross that came in from the left, he just evaded his mark and headed the ball in. I couldn't find Gabriel there. Gabriel was supposed to be marking that position. I don't know. He just shifted away from Gabriel and just headed the ball down. So that's a
I
strike.
probably Gabriel was still polishing his, yeah, his English League trophy. He was polishing his English League trophy.
And then you look at the second goal, the ball came to him. There was no pressure. Three players were in front of him. Nobody pressed him. He just looked at the keeper. Keeper had left his line and he took a shot. Striker's instinct. So I think teams that have this kind of players, even when they don't play well, they will get out of jail because of the quality of the
Yeah,
strikers.
and I was even expecting Odegaard to set up Haaland. It was the opposite way. Haaland was setting up Odegaard first half because, like you said, the other guy was there, so they weren't stretching it for Haaland. So Haaland was doing work in the midfield and assisting. But as soon as that substitution came in, it opened things, and I think Haaland was pacing himself because around the beginning of the second half, Norway started making counterattacks. Like I said, Odegaard had some chances, but it was just a matter of time. And this is what happens, just like with Kane, late minutes of the game, 70 minutes, Haaland scores again. So Haaland 7 goals in his first World Cup. That's crazy. But you know what? I don't respect this World Cup. It's beginning too easy to score goals in football now. 1986 World Cup was the best. In 1986, if you score goals, you're considered a superstar. I remember Buchagueno.
Yeah,
Remember
Spain.
who's that guy? Yeah, that guy from Mexico. I forgot his name. Hugo Chavez or whatever. Hugo something. That 4 or 5 goals. Now you can score 7 goals. You see somebody score 10 goals in this World Cup. It doesn't mean anything anymore. I don't know. The defending has gotten worse or something, but
Oh yeah, Hugo Sanchez. Hugo Sanchez.
yeah. So Haaland has 7 goals. Mbappe has 7. Messi has 7. Goals is becoming like water now. What are your thoughts, Mr. Warif? Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, like, my first show about Brazil, we said it that this Brazilian team, they were not flexible. Their midfield, the connection in the midfield and the attackers was stiff there, and it has shown in all their matches. One thing, you watch the goal that what's it called, the first goal that no score that they really up for offside. If you do the C3 Norwegians, they were there to slot in the ball. That showed that they were more hungrier than
Mr. Warif, you're breaking. I can't hear anything. Can you hear anything?
No, not at all.
Put him on mute. Put him on mute. Let's go to Said. Mr. Warif, we can't hear. You're breaking too badly, Said, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I quite agree with what Mr. Falabi said. Like the Brazilian team that we expected, it's not. This is not the Brazilian team. I think the coach will have himself to be blamed because what kind of players does he bring to the World Cup? Leaving Joao Pedro, you don't have a top 9. So like it really shows because assuming they have a top 9 striker. As in so many, they have so many chances in that game, and when they actually started getting it wrong, is after that penalty miss. How can you give Bruno Guimaraes your penalty slots among all the star players that you have? You have Casemiro, you have Marquinhos, you have even Vini. Like several players, you now give it to Bruno. Okay, that aside, okay, so many chances. Even Casemiro has a chance that he's supposed to even shoot. They can't even shoot. This Brazilian team can't even shoot from outside the box. So what? Yeah, they have so many issues in this Brazilian team. So I was expecting. Yeah, I was.
Let me tell you something. I don't blame the coach. Let me tell you something. How can the best player that they've had in 8 years, how can it be Neymar? Neymar is rubbish. Neymar is rubbish. That's the best player they've had in 9 years. Brazil only produces wingers. Brazil doesn't believe that in their football. They used to have guys like Kaká who played midfield. They're not developing midfielders. They're not developing number 9. The last number 9 they had,
so many of them.
The last number 9 they had was Ronaldo.
Yeah. And immediately I saw that they started Martinelli. I know that they are going to have problems because how can you tell me Martinelli is your creative midfielder in that kind of game?
Exactly. Kind of Martinelli is a wide man.
The wide man now.
But like I said, Brazil development of football is rubbish. They had so many good players from before. Rivaldo, Cafu, all these. They don't produce. Brazil doesn't have anybody in the world now that's playing number 10. No. Look how many midfielders Argentina is developing. They have Lautaro for number 9. I blame the Brazilian football. They just have a bunch of wingers. Look, that guy, Edric, what's his name? The one that was playing for Real Madrid. His name, Edric?
Yes.
Small boy. Edric is supposed to be their best up-and-coming player. Edric could not even play for a Bobby High School in Nigeria. Come on. Am I lying?
Look at the guy is overweight.
He's overweight. He's overweight. Let me tell you, Edric couldn't be. Let me play this. He couldn't be the best player in the Belgian league. Let me not exaggerate. In the Belgian league, he won't shine. Go ahead.
He's overhyped because how can you miss that kind of one-on-one? Like that's a very brilliant pass from Vini to you, and one-on-one, all you have to do. Even he actually pushed the ball wide before he now tried to score the ball. So I was like, what kind? I mean, the bone of contention is that they lack that number 9 status of player. Assuming they have that top striker, a goal poacher or something, they will have scored at least 2 goals ahead before Norway.
Let me tell you, Nigeria will beat Brazil easily in the World Cup. Nigeria will beat them easily. I'm serious. Easily in the World Cup.
I'm not actually surprised. They lost though, because all the games they played in this World Cup, they've always been struggling. So yeah, they struggled in all the matches they played. So I'm not even surprised anyway. I was just hoping that the Brazil name or they will actually squeeze themselves in because Norway lacks some past experience. And at the end of the day, experience doesn't matter. It's how you play in the game
Yeah,
that
but
matters.
here's the thing: Holland. Norway has players who are experienced in playing in Europe. Haaland and Odegaard. This doesn't mean anything. World Cup doesn't mean anything. These are players that they play every week. Haaland and Odegaard. They know Gabriel. They know all those guys. They play with these guys or play against them. So there's no big deal for them to play in the World Cup because to them it's just another Premier League match. You know what I'm saying, Afolabi?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
It doesn't
and they
matter.
even have and they even have a young players to move the
Yeah.
ball fastly. Look at the counter attack now. Look at their counter attack. The Beck guy, the Oscar Bob guy, the Nusa guy.
Yeah.
Look, they counter well.
They have a
So
lot of
that's why you
decent
can look at
players.
the crosses.
No, this is the team that beat Italy in qualifying. Anyway, let's get to Mr. Warif. What's going on? Yeah. Is he on? Take him off.
How is it now?
Yeah, I don't know. Go. Just keep talking. It's okay so far. Yeah.
Okay, like with all of the Brazilian team in this World Cup, their players, they are not flexible, no creativity. They are still individual football. Like I was saying before now, Neymar has no business in this team. They just brought him there to come and occupy somebody else's chance of playing in the World Cup. If you watch what's it called, the Norwegian, they are more flexible. They are attack, mobile. When they move, they move. But if you watch the Brazilian, they are stiff. Yeah, what's it called? Vinicius Junior. I don't know what he's trying to play. He always wants to be a star boy. Neymar wants to be a star boy. Yeah, what's it called? Casemiro. He does his own role. He's a defensive midfielder. He did his game, his part very well. But no creativity, no striker. When I saw Neymar coming into the game, I just said they are finished. They have nothing to offer.
No.
Neymar that has not played. I think just came back from injury.
It's been
and they
out
brought
for
him
2
into
years.
this kind of okay. So I think I'll blame the coach. They really need to go as possible disband this team and groom a younger team with more creative minded. Not like the days of Bebeto, Roberto Baggio, Kaka, all those people. They are more flexible. But these ones, I don't know. They are good, but they cannot play as a team. So I think the coach has to really, if he will still be in charge, he has to really do well to go and to build a brand new team that is flexible. But for now, I don't think they are ready for the national football.
Not Ancelotti's fault. They need to give him another 4 years. These guys need. Let me tell you, they need to go back to their grassroots and figure out how they want to develop football. Football has changed. You can't win in football by overlapping just with wings. You have to have. If you have wingers and you don't have a number 9, that means you have to have a good midfield. Look at Spain. Spain doesn't really have a good number 9. They have a false 9, but Spain has a very good midfield. They have Rodri. They have Pedri. They have Olmo. Those guys can drift. You see what I'm saying, Fabi? If you don't have a pure number 9, then you have to, but you still have to balance. You have to have a false 9. You have to have 2 wingers, and you have to have a complete midfield. So Brazil hasn't been producing midfielders even since I've been born, since 1986. We can't name one good number 10 from Brazil since Zico. Zico was the last number 10 Brazil had. Or what was his name? Professor Zico. Or what was the other guy's name? Socrates. That's the last number 10 they had. What were you going to say, Said? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just wondering, imagine the Brazil team starting Acuna as their number 9. Are you, as in this Brazil that is so filled with talent players? You are now, so Acuna that is not even playing 9 in Man U, you are now using him at Brazil, a whole Brazil, starting Acuna as 9. Because that is to let you know that the tactics is wrong.
You know what the problem is?
I don't know.
There's a dearth of talent in Brazil. The talent pool has evaporated. Now the talent pool is in Spain, France, and Portugal. That's where the talent pool is now. And those teams are deliberate. From the academies, they're doing skill development. Brazil feels that it will come naturally. The next best team will just develop naturally. They're not being deliberate. So there's a
Brazil, they play futsal.
Exactly.
They play. That's how they learn how to play football, by playing that music.
The kind of skills you see in Brazil today, you have them in Spain. The football has moved away from Brazil. It's now in Spain, France, and Portugal.
I think the economy, maybe the economy has crashed, so they don't have academies there. Same thing, Argentina. Boca Juniors is still developing players.
And check that second goal that they conceded. Look at the marking. And before that, if you check the second half, you are playing high press. You are not even marking effectively. So you are not even closing up your opponent. So I'm not even surprised though.
In
Like,
fact, it's
I'm really,
because
really
they didn't press him that he decided to shoot. He saw that
to
there was
shoot.
no
Yeah,
pressure. He just
Yeah.
shot.
yeah. Of course now. You need
Right.
that kind of high caliber of a striker to
And
just look at the post and just. Kane would have done the same thing. That is the kind of goals Kane scored.
Of
Like,
course,
just give him
of
a
course,
little place, a
of
little
course. A little
shoot,
space and then he will shoot.
shoot. Yes, I will shoot. Look, how many Brazilian strikers or attackers shoot the ball from outside? Look at Neymar. Neymar had the opportunity from the wing when they were even behind 1-0. You already dribble your mark. Instead of you to shoot the ball, you want to dribble again. Same thing as Casemiro. Same thing as Vini. They just want to dribble and enter. And like, come on, shoot the ball for goodness sake. Must you enter the box before you shoot?
That's how Brazil plays. Anyway, last thoughts while we've done with that.
Cape Verde, their equalizing goal against Argentina, the guy shot from outside the 18. I think that goal should be one of the best goals in this World Cup. And Ancelotti would have put Martinelli in the second half, not first half. Martinelli is a super sub, keeping on the bench, telling what to do, and he will go deliver for you. But when I saw him in the lineup first half, I said, no, he has missed it. Even in Arsenal, most times he does that. So I don't know why they brought him first half.
What happened to Brazil? They're not even producing talent anymore. Okay, and that was a good one. So what are you
those are the kind of goals. Those are the kind of goals Vini scored. That kind of Cape Verde goal. Vini usually scores it in Real Madrid. Yes, now you just move, then shoot. Today, I was expecting something similar, but the guy is just playing as if pass, dribble.
You know what it is? Let me tell you something. Vinny is the same as Vinny is just like Rafinha. These guys look good when they play on a European team where they have people who create space for them. Now that he doesn't have those people in Brazil, he didn't look fantastic. You know what I'm saying, Afolabi?
Yes, and they didn't give him space. I noticed they double teamed him anytime he has the ball. They double teamed him anytime he has
because when Vinny is playing for Real Madrid, you have him on the left, you have Mbappe, everything. So that creates space. But now let's see what you can do now. Same thing with Rafinha. Rafinha, you have Yamal, you have Pedri, you have all these guys.
There's Pedri. That's it.
Yeah. All right.
Norway is the better team today, no doubt about that. Even going by the statistics,
absolutely.
They have more passes, they have more chances. Like
Norway was projected to go to the semifinals or quarterfinals, so their next match will be against US or Belgium.
Or Belgium.
So, but the US will cheat.
And you know that Brazil has never won Norway. Yeah. Brazil has never won Norway. Oh, yeah, they've lost about 3 matches, drew 2.
All right, so let's go. Take us out of Fabi. So it'll be too late to respond to the next match, but this match is bloody. Mexico, England. That's a bloody match, man. All right, take us out of Fabi.
It's been another brilliant show. We've been discussing Brazil's exit from the World Cup. From Mustafa, Saeed, Warifa. My name is Afolabi, signing off from here.
Are you guys watching that match? That's going to be